everyone. Halloween edition of the Aftermath Report following Valour Pro Wrestling Presents Coming to Get Ya. We've got a lot to get to, so let's begin. To start the night out, Blackwater International, represented by Lou Love, announced that he has purchased the contracts of Hot Stuff TJ Mathis, Primus champ Sizzlin' Stan Stiles, and the tag team of Icon, BJ Walker, and Grimm, now to be known as Dynasty. We opened the night with a four-way tag team turmoil battle featuring Motley 2, Wildside Ian Cross and Scotty Feelgood taking on Wild Kingdom, Goat Boy, and Pony Mask versus the Gunnas with Corey Cross versus Dynasty, Icon BJ Walker, Mr. Grimm with Lou Love, and we had turmoil. We had four-way tag team turmoil as the Dynasty made good on the promises of Lou Love and company, who promised to get all the gold, and as Stan Stiles said, all the women, and they started with a big match to come in and just get a victory. So 1-0 for Dynasty at this point. But the big news coming out of this match was Tyreno turned on King Blackie and Corey Cross, and I think the Gunnas are done because he absolutely destroyed both of them and spit on the shirt, and he made it known that they're done. So we'll have to see where this moves going forward. But at this point, the Dynasty with the big win and the Gunnas with the big story as far as the potential breakup. Next up was another bout featuring a member of Dynasty, as this time Hot Stuff TJ Mathis, along with Lou Love now, Blackwater International, took on Suicide Myers, and TJ Mathis got the victory, taking Dynasty to 2-0 with the hot shot as he got the win over Suicide Myers, and at this point, they're starting to look like a dynasty. Next up, we had Ox Hawk, just a big mammoth, 297-pound, just a mammoth. He's Ox Hawk. He's a monster. Taking on a debut, Valour Pro Wrestling debut of Michaels Amadio, managed by Lars Madison, and Ox Hawk was the winner by way of belly-to-belly suplex, but Michaels Amadio was just so tough, so crazy, so durable that in the loss, I think he won over everyone here, and he definitely won my respect with his performance. Next up on the card was a bout for the Valour Primus Championship, as the champion, Sizzlin' Stan Stiles, representing the Dynasty with Lou Love, defended against Sickened of Riot City with Brittany Blake. And this was a really good match. Sickened gave as good as he got. Stan Stiles took him a little bit lightly, I believe, but it was a fantastic match. However, it was marred by the ending, as Stan Stiles won and successfully defended his title, but he did so by pulling a weapon out of his trunks, clocking Sickened with it. Referee couldn't see it, so it's not his fault. We all could see it, referee couldn't. He wins by illegal means. However, a win is a win, and at this point, Dynasty is 3-love. Which leads us to the next bout, Valour Tag Team Championship, as Evan Nemo and the Sexy Psycho Adrian Bliss put their belts on the line against the Freak Show. And this team from the Ninth Gate of Blackwater and Dark Rose, formerly known as Nyla, who is now just, she's possessed, she's become a monster, and you can see the craze in her eyes. This was, again, a fantastic match. Bliss gave a great effort, as both Blackwater and Dark Rose were just savage and putting the boots to these two. However, Psychotic Erotic was the winners, but they won by way of disqualification. And the important part of this is Blackwater blew the mist on Adrian Bliss. The very same thing he did to Nyla Rose, which birthed Dark Rose, he did to the Sexy Psycho Adrian Bliss, who was led to the back as if Blackwater is some kind of evil Pied Piper. So it's going to be very interesting to see where this one goes. Following the match, Lou Love made another great business decision, aside from buying the contracts, as Icon and Grimm, as the #1 contenders, came out, and Lou Love announced that they had signed a contract to take their title shot. And they did so against Psychotic Erotic, handicapped. Evan Nemo was out there by himself, and it just, he couldn't do it. There was not enough that one man could do. And I would argue one man could not possibly take out Grim and BJ Walker. But we've got new tag team champions, and at this point, Dynasty has made good on their promises of winning all the gold. However, more Dynasty news involving gold following this tag team title win. I broke up the party to announce that Chairperson Miranda Steelman let me know there's a new #1 contender for Stan Stiles' Primus title. The one and only hot stuff TJ Mathis. And things went ballistic, as you would expect, because here's a faction so close together, and now there's definitely a problem because TJ Mathis wants his title shot, Stan Stiles wants to retain his gold, and Lou Love's got to maintain order with the Dynasty. So we're going to have to see how that plays out. However, it is official. There will be a match. TJ wants his shot. So we'll have to see what happens as the days go forward. And stay tuned to Valour Pro Wrestling Facebook. I'm sure we'll keep you filled in with details on that one, especially feedback from Dynasty. Next up was an interesting match with Halloween here tonight. We had the Wolfman, a York County icon, and Halloween's his time of year, taking on Greg Garvin. The Wolfman was the winner with a big slam, and his boots were a big winner too. Everybody loved his boots. The Wolfman with the big win, big slam, and the kids enjoyed a little bit of tricking and treating from him. Next up is our main event, which was for the Valour Championship. The sexiest man in professional wrestling, Eddie Valentine, with Miss Destiny, versus Louis G. Rich, wrestler of the Millennium, King of Maryland, and also the Valour Television Champion. Before the bout, as Louis made his way to the ring, Violator brought Eddie Valentine's best friend to the ring in a mask. So we weren't sure who he was at first, but he pulled off the mask, and Louis attacked him and beat him, which sent Eddie coming out of the locker room, just a house on fire, and they fought around the arena before the match was even underway. And it was a tremendous match. It's one of the best matches I've seen in Valour Professional Wrestling, and it was one of the best championship matches I've ever seen. Eddie Valentine successfully defended his belt by getting Louis G. Rich to submit and tap out to a modified triangle choke. And Louis G. Rich, in tapping out, made the smart move, live to fight another day. Eddie Valentine successfully defended his belt over one of the toughest competitors in Valour. And the show ends with Eddie Valentine retaining the Valour Championship and proving why he is the Valour Champion. And not just the sexiest man in wrestling, but right now, the toughest man in wrestling. So we'd like to thank everyone who came out tonight to Valour Pro Wrestling Presents Coming to Getcha. And be sure that if you didn't come out here, pick up the DVD. Pick up the DVD and check out all of the action. Pick up all of our DVDs, and you can do so by coming to our next show, and we will keep you posted with all the necessary information about that, such as when it will be, where it will be, what time, how to get tickets. For the Aftermath Report and Valour Pro Wrestling, happy Halloween.